It all started in a bar at an island far off the coast of the Musharii continent. Draken, a lowly vagrant, frequented a bar where he would drink his days away as a lowly nobleman. Suddenly somebody sat in the stool next to him. "Would you like to control the world?" Draken looked to the man, eyebrow raised. The man stared back at him and said, "Would you like to rule the world? We can leave tonight." Draken knew not what the man was on about. Perhaps he was filled with drink. He paid it no mind. He went back to his own glass. "I know you have dreams of showing off to your fellow aristocrats, but your failing wealth is only going to fail further as the years pass until you die in the dirt like the nothing that you currently are. I could give you the world, if only you would join me in a simple endeavor." Dragon looked once more to this man, into eyes that seemed not to be there. There were no irises. There were no whites of the eyes. They were just black pits that stared at us, almost as if seeking to consume him into it. He couldn't look at those eyes, so he looked at the grin that the man was offering him. The man held out his hand and said, "All you have to do is kill a duke for me." And so, months passed. A small ship sailed in the dead of night to a sleepy little dukedom. This man accompanying the emperor, the soon-to-be emperor, showed off incredible powers that the army gave up without lifting a single blade. "Pierce the Duke's heart," he told Dragon, and so Dragon did. The Duke begged for his life, but a blade plunged into the poor man's heart, and his body tumbled from the palace onto the cliff rocks of the shoreline below. It was over in an instant. Suddenly Dragon found himself emperor. He looked to this mysterious man and he asked, "Why? What do you get out of this?" The man simply said, "You will one day control this entire region. And one day I will come to ask something of you. Something sleeps beneath this city, and you are going to wake it for me. But sleep well this night. Enjoy your feast. These men are yours now, and they will not dare defy you." Upon the next morning, that mysterious fellow was gone, and Dragon found himself surrounded by a council of half-demons, thirsty to control the rest of the world. And so all he needed to do was sit on that throne and let them loose. And loose they did go. Commanding armies, enlisting racists against elves. Soon Broken came. Then Rushnan. An outpost was built here to house a standing army, thousands, that could be dispatched to any of the standing controlled regions without a moment's notice. Then Dynan fell. Roycab was soon to follow. Then finally, Delstan. The elves were pushed out of the region, forced into the forests. And still a dragon sat on that throne. He needed do nothing, as the country became his. The span of a few months. He would get dreams in the middle of the night. Suggestions would whisper into his ears. A mage would come walking through the palace doors one day, and he would need to procure his partnership for the next stage of this mysterious man's plans, for he was soon to be called upon. Draken knew he was soon to be called upon for something very sinister, and he needed the help of a single specific mage. That mage's name was Aleph. And that, my friends, is the origin of Emperor Draken, and how he found himself an empire almost overnight. It baffled him to this day, but he knew he had to keep control over it. He knew he had to keep up a farce of racism against elves and dwarves and all those sorts of things to keep the humans complacent. He knew he had to keep his generals complacent and allow them to feed upon the elves and their bloodthirst. And so he allowed everything, all of this to happen. Because there was something sleeping under the city of the Musharii capital that he would soon be called upon to release. And that, my friends, is the setting for the Terraverse Season 1. I thought I'd give you a little bit of a taste of that for this Lore Files. It's been a while. We're not going to have any more character Lore File episodes unless I'm asked to do so. We might have a few regional Lore Files episodes, like maybe if somebody wants to know about the Carnesian City, or somebody wants to know about the Eldari, the Surface Elves, or how Draken used racism to control the region. If people have questions about that, I might make a video about that in response, but this might be one of the last Lore Files videos I make on a whim. Thank you for watching. Maybe you're interested in reading these. I have a link in the description below for this one right here, and you'll find the other two connected to it once you click it. We have a lot of interesting things to come. And remember, be imaginative.